Hey guys, it's Salia, and I know my first video with the new channel direction was supposed to be an about me, and the other videos on this channel were supposed to be about influential people and LGBT icons and stuff like that, but I've been having the inclination to talk about an issue that I haven't seen much talk of recently. It still has been happening recently, but I haven't heard much talk of it, and I haven't seen many people discussing it. And that issue is whitewashing. I initially felt inclined to speak about this. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My voice. Ugh. When I was looking for photo references on Pinterest, and 2 or 3 whitewashed drawings of Viago Heimberg were immediately pushed to me. Those 2 photos are showing up on screen now, versus pictures of the actual character. I mean, absolutely no disrespect to these artists, and perhaps they know better now, but this is unacceptable. Viago is portrayed by the fabulous, talented, and amazing Taika Waititi, who is being drawn in the background, and he is very obviously not white. He is Polynesian, and to be more specific, he's Maori. In one of these drawings, his features were changed completely to look more classically white, and in the other, he is whiter than the actual white guys featured in the photo. For example, here is Taika versus Rhys Darby, and obviously, Taika is not white, and Rhys is. Though in the drawing, Taika's character is drawn to be lighter than Rhys's. In what world is that okay? With all that being said, let's get into the history of whitewashing. Whitewashing has gone back centuries, even dating back to old religious paintings of Mary or Jesus. In the Bible, it says that Jesus was born in Bethlehem, a city in Palestine, which is a country in the Middle East. Assuming that people who are religious actually know what they're reading, they would know that places like Galilee and Nazareth are also mentioned, and both of these places are in Israel, another Middle Eastern country. Assuming that the religious text is true, regardless of whether you believe it or not, historically accurate Jesus, Mary, and Joseph would not be white. At the very least, they would be slightly dark and not marshmallow white like a lot of these famous paintings and nativity sets portray them. So now we see that whitewashing has gone back centuries. But this isn't just a Christian thing either. This has also happened to Taika Waititi, as we saw earlier, and not just with Viago, but with his version of Edward Teach as well. It has also happened with the beautiful and amazing Sicilian Latina actress Lana Parrilla, and yes, she is lighter complected. This does not push aside the fact that this is still whitewashing. This doesn't just happen to Latina, Black, and Polynesian people, but also Asians. When people draw anime characters, they tend to like to make them white. Like, for instance, with Tamaki Suo, he may be half French, but he is also half Japanese. The fact that he is half white does not change the fact that he is half Asian as well. And recently, with the movie Encanto, there was a case where a Japanese artist was accused of whitewashing the characters. I personally think that this is just, in this particular case, was just a pastel art style, but I, as a white person, cannot defend this stance. There are numerous other whitewashed Encanto fan arts, some of which are appearing on screen now. And this is a kids' movie. Why is stuff like this being seen as acceptable? This also happened to the wonderful and hilarious New Zealand actor Corey Gonzalez and his character Nick Mackier, appearing with Taika Waititi's Viago, who was also whitewashed in some of these, in the beautiful Vico Ortiz and their character Jim Jimenez. For context, Vico is Puerto Rican. But why is it harmful? Whitewashing can cause anxiety, low self-esteem, imposter syndrome, and other confidence issues and self-worth issues. It also takes representation away from people of color who have faced discrimination and narrow representation for years. Obviously, this takes place in many more fandoms than what we discussed, such as the What We Do in the Shadows fandom and the Our Flag Means Death fandom, But these are fandoms that I am actively involved in right now and really love, and that is what started this whole thing for me, was seeing whitewashed fan arts from What We Do in the Shadows. All in all, it is so disheartening to see people making non-white characters white, all because that is the way that these narrow-minded people think that it should be. And to all the people whom whitewashing has harmed self-confidence and self-image, just know that you are beautiful, and I love you all. Bye.